Good evening. My name is Adam Fitzgerald. I'm an independent 9/11 researcher. Just today, Ryan Dawson, another 9/11 researcher and a geopolitical scientist in the Middle East, has made a video. And in this video, he is talking about the continued abuse by YouTube and Google, they're affiliated with one another, in regards to deleting his videos off YouTube. A little bit about my history with Ryan Dawson. Back in 2006, when I first started my journey into the September 11th attacks, one of the very first people that I had come across on the internet in regards to this incident was Ryan Dawson himself. It was him and Justin Raimondo, the late Justin Raimondo of antiwar.com. Their information regarding urban moving systems or the Saudis being involved with 9/11, talking about the kingdom, were all new to me. And I found this information to be profound. This is 5 years off of the event itself, and I lived in New York, and I never heard of urban moving systems. I never heard of Prince Bandar bin Salman. I barely even knew some of the hijackers at that time. So I closely followed the works of Ryan Dawson. It was because of him, he gave me the motivation to go dig a little further into 9/11 and to the point where I am at today. I'm not an expert by any means. I would consider Ryan Dawson an expert, Nelson Martins, Justin Raimondo. These are people who have valuable information, real, pertinent, factual, observable information, not delving into the fantastical or the speculative notions that are penetrating every fiber of 9/11 forums. And I support Ryan Dawson's work with 9/11. Now, I know Ryan Dawson talks about areas of politics. He talks about the Civil War. He's much more expansive than I am. And I don't follow the works of Ryan Dawson in this area. I'm very boring, so this is the reason why I stick to 9/11. It's such a broad subject anyway. But what I'm trying to say is that there are people who don't agree with Ryan Dawson in terms of his politics. They may find him to be catering to the far right or to the right. Or you may hear him cater to his vitriol to no-planers or people who are Judy Wooders. And rightfully so. These are people poisoning the well. But I don't see Ryan Dawson as a far-right political theorist. He may go on these far-right shows because they're the only ones who have him on. And even when he does that, he gets censored. And the people who host him, they too get censored. And what I'm trying to say is this. You may not like Ryan Dawson for his politics or his 9/11 stance. You should support it. I myself despise Alex Jones. I hate him, actually. Personally hate that man for all the damage that he's done in the last 25 years, especially in the area of 9/11, and how many people that he's manipulated or poisoned over the years in regards to just that one particular area. I'm not even talking about Sandy Hook and everything else. But I support his right to free speech. Now you may say, well, how can you support a guy that you hate? Well, that's what protecting free speech is all about. And that's what the founding fathers had originally thought when conscribing that into law. Protecting the free speech of those you disagree. Protecting unpopular speech. And I think that's something that should be protected with even your life. Because if they restrict the speech in which they don't particularly enjoy hearing or they disagree with, what makes you think they're going to stop at Ryan Dawson or Nick Fuentes or the Red Elephants or anybody else of the right? Because if they came for the far right, what makes you think they're not coming for the far left? Or those of a moderately liberal, independent position? They'll come after all of you in time. As soon as they get one rid of, then they'll go to the next. And then they'll go to the next and to the next until finally there is no opposition. And there's only one point of view. And that's the point of view of the powers that be. That's it. So what I would say to you out there, support the free speech of Ryan Dawson. Because if it can happen to him, in time, it will happen to you.